Thank you for watching Hack the File. I'm Michael Lopez, and on today's episode, we're going to be looking at a new book that I bought, but I actually digitized it. So enjoy. All right, so um, I actually bought this book, and I'm going to show you what the book is, and then we'll go through what I did. So a lot of these books are not digitized, at least as of right now, right? And um they're only sold on paperback. So here's an example. But I've found some really cool books that are not available digitally. And so I was like, this is terrible. I want to do a video on them, and I actually want to do a series on most of these. I mean, they're just great. And they're basically, the concepts are intermediate to advanced concepts in cybersecurity. And but like I said, they're not digitized. So I went and bought this book digitizer, and it worked pretty good. You know, it'll get the job done, right? So the first one I want to show you, actually, this video, is probably going to be this one, Battle of the Hackers. And so let me move all this stuff over here. So this is the digitizing of it. I mean, it's not great, but I mean, it's not really a great book either. It's not printed perfectly, right? But if we start from the start, okay, then I kind of zoom out. I don't know why that's. Probably want to do about 125. Okay, so this is. Oh no, we don't want to do this one yet. So web exploits. No, we want to do Battle of the Hackers. Alright, so this is Battle of the Hackers, Return of the Legends, CTF. Now you guys know that that's the Capture the Flag, right? If you guys don't know what Capture the Flag is, you probably want to go and do some research on it. It's basically if you're going to be doing investigations in the different areas of data, I would say, okay, and you're going to root through it, decrypt things, encrypt things, dehash things, hash things. There's different areas of it, and you're gonna try to find the flags, right? It's just like kind of like try hack me or hack the box, right? Except I guess Battle of the Hackers, this people here. So the author is Noor Azlina and Abdul Rahman and Chai Chang Zoom. I don't know if I said all that right, but it's okay. Basically, they're in Asia, and they hold this tournament, I guess, every year, where they have it's called Battle of the Hackers, where they have a bunch of students participate in these capture the flag things. Now, there's different areas of and I could probably pull up. Let's pull up Microsoft Copilot, because I love Copilot, right? And let's say I'm gonna ask Copilot, what are the different areas? That way I could just have it pulled up of CTF are there. And a couple areas are gonna be like digital. There's like digital forensics. There's web exploitation. There's reverse engineering and stuff like that. So here's a little example. Right, Capture the Flag competitions has several distinct areas, each focusing on different cybersecurity skills. So cryptography, right, breaking or understanding encryption techniques, reverse engineering, web exploitations, forensics, binaries, OSINT, attack defense, reverse, and there's many other, right? There's like web and stuff like that. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and pull up this. Let's go into this book, and so this book we can actually practice some stuff. But how this book works is they're showing the stuff that they had at the tournament. Okay, the stuff that they were doing at the tournament, right? The capture the flag exercises. And so so this book shows us the exercises they were doing, and then it walks through how they did it, right? And how to solve them. Okay, that's why I like this book. It actually shows you how to solve stuff like this, right? It also and I'll get to this here in a second, but I'll explain more detail about what I was thinking right now, but I didn't follow through it because it's going to take too long to explain. But also at the end of the book, they have like a link or Google Drive link that you can go in and download, I guess, the files and stuff. But we could talk about all that here in a second, okay? So, that being said, let's go through this book. Let's start reading, and then I'll start explaining stuff, okay? Like I said, Battle of the Hackers. Okay, so Battle of the Hackers, Turn of the Legends. Acknowledgements. We're gonna do the acknowledgements because I don't care. Introduction to Capture the Flag. Like I said, this was a book, a physical book, but I scanned it in using this application I have and this tool, okay? Alright, so let's just do the introduction to Capture the Flag real quick. Let's skim through this. So Capture the Flag competitions are excellent platforms for enhancing a wide array of skills among participants. These events foster both technical and non-technical skills, making the participants valuable for personal and professional development. Oh, I gotta take some medicine real quick and grab me some water. Give me 1 second. Alright. I'll take some of this medicine. So several skills that can be gained during Capture the Flags or CTFs are problem solving and critical thinking. While solving the CTF challenges, the participants will be solving complex multi-step problems under time constraints. This will enhance the ability to approach problems methodically, think critically, and develop creative solutions. Programming and scripting. Some of the CTF challenges need participants to write scripts to automate tasks, exploit vulnerabilities. This will improve their coding proficiencies in languages such as Python, JavaScript, Bash. And if you don't know how to use those, and you don't even know how to run a script or anything like that, you're gonna run into some problems. So CTFs, you have to have the basic skills, or I would say you need to have intermediate skills at the very least. Or somebody on the team that does. Okay, understanding of scripting for automation and penetration testing. Cryptography. Under cryptography, Now, if you don't know what cryptography is, let's look it up. Like, this is what you do. Okay, like I said, you grab Copilot. Copilot's on Windows, right? You go here, it's right there. Go open Copilot. Okay, I mean. And now a lot of people don't know what cryptography is. That's fine. You don't know what it is? There it is. It gives you a basic understanding of what you're reading. Looks like you might be asking, what is cryptography? Man, I forgot a letter in there. All right. The practice of securing communications and data using mathematical techniques. Cryptography ensures its confidentiality, integrity, authentication, and non-repudiation in digital interactions. There are different types of cryptography. You have symmetric. Now, this is important right here, right? This is if you go deep into cryptography, right? You can. It's a very exciting field, and it's awesome. Symmetric key cryptography, asymmetric, hash functions, and these are all cryptography. Okay, so we can, now you got a kind of an idea what that is, and so we'll go here. Network security. There are also, so these are the different, web exploitation, reverse engineering, forensics, and this is basically what the competition is. You're going to go in and do all this stuff to solve problems, to capture the flag. You're going to find flags, right? So Battle of the Hackers, an Asian Pacific University of Technology and Innovation (APU), Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, is one of the universities in Malaysia that actively organize these CTF competitions. Forensics and Cybersecurity Research Center Students Section is the cybersecurity club that actively organizes Capture the Flags competitions under Asian Pacific University. I hate how they keep doing, you just have to say APU now once you've already said it, but that's fine. Battle of the Hackers, BOH, annually. Battle of Hackers is open to all undergraduate students from all universities as well as higher institutions. Okay, and here's a little insignia. It's pretty cool. Battle of the Hackers. Internally, commonly, the challenges will be in Jeopardy format, which requires cybersecurity and forensics computing skills. The challenges that include are static challenges, the boot to root challenges, threat hunting challenges, and AI challenges are prepared by the committee members. Okay, so basically, the objectives of BOH events are to increase every university student's awareness of cybersecurity, to introduce and involve students with almost real life cybersecurity based activities that will help them enhance their skills. This is awesome. To construct confidence, self-esteem, teamwork, whatever, right? All right, and they go off to the first one. Now this is a good one, and I've done this kind of challenge before, and it sucks. And finding the right tools to solve it even sucks even more, because then you got to learn how to use the tool right. But okay, so their first challenge, challenge 1, LMC Stego, steganography. Okay, I know for a fact, steganography. What the hell is it called? Steganography. I know for a fact some people don't know steganography. Don't know what steganography is, right? Because I didn't. And when I did one of these challenges, I had to look it up, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, it looks like you meant. I mean, apparently I can't spell, and I even pronounce it out. It looks like you meant steganography, the practice of hiding secret information within ordinary files or messages to avoid detection. Unlike cryptography, which scrambles data to make it unreadable, steganography conceals the fact that a message exists at all. Okay, how steganography works. Now, if you don't know what this word is and you don't know what it is, and then you can continue reading that challenge, you're not gonna have no clue of what the hell it's talking about or what you're doing, right? That's why I say, if you don't understand something like steganography and you just keep reading, that's gonna be slow you down in your learning process. There's so many tools available nowadays that you can just open Copilot. You don't even have to Google it anymore. Copilot helps you with a lot of definitions and stuff, and you can just go to Copilot and type it in, and then it kind of gives you an idea. Oh, that's what we're doing. That's cool, because this whole paragraph right here is cool, right? You're hiding data in a picture, okay? And that's what hackers do. Okay, think about it. That's a lot of hackers do that. They send you these pictures, and you click on them and links and stuff, and you don't know what's. They could be hiding a malware and I've done it before on one of my videos. If you go look, malware in one of your in a picture. Okay, so this is what this first challenge is. Okay, category steganography, whatever. The objective of the LMC Stego challenge is to extract the flag from the steg hide with the password from the LMC code. So they're gonna give you this image, and it says you may use low-level techniques to get the flag. and that's all they're gonna give you. That's where it starts. So it's gonna be like maybe a JPEG file. I don't know what kind of file it is, but they're gonna give you a file with a picture. They're gonna give you a little hint like this, and this probably has nothing to do with it, whatever that picture is. It's just a funny picture, and you're gonna have to find the flag in there, right? And you're probably going, well, where do I even start with that? It makes no sense. Well, that's what this book is for. So, and trust me, I hate these challenges. And then it's funny because they make this the first challenge. These are not my forte. I can't stand these challenges. They're probably easy, and they probably will be easy once I get over the challenge of trying to decrypt using these tools that they recommend. And I've done it and stuff, and I've worked on it for days and some of them. But anyways, so the solution is to solve the LMC Stego challenge. Follow these steps. Open WAV file using Audacity. Okay, so you need to go to online, right? And I'll show you how to do this and how to follow through this book. And you just type in Audacity. All right, let's see what happens. Download Audacity. And Audacity is a free and open source digital audio editor. Okay, and I don't want to download it. I just want to look at it. So you got to download Audacity. But there's other tools you can use too. I've used them. And watch your Star Trek. Open the WAV file using Audacity. Change to spectrogram. And this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to put. So we don't have these files in this book. It's just simply showing you how to think through this, which is I think is just as gold as doing it yourself. But you need to do it yourself too. The problem is I don't have any files, but I can create a WAV file. But we're gonna get to that right now in a second, right? I'm gonna show you how I would do this if I wanted to replicate what they're doing here. I'm gonna show you how I would do it, okay? Or I'm gonna explain how I would do it, and it makes sense, right? Okay, so they're gonna open up this Audacity. They're gonna input their file. It's gonna give them a waveform, which is sound, right? Choose the audio file OWOW1 and upload it to the decoder and press submit. However, you're unable to process it and request for a password. So it wants a password with that file, and this file is this little picture that they gave you, but apparently it's in a whatever kind of file, right? And then so it says it requests a password. So then you gotta go, okay, so how do I get the damn password, right? So you need to find the password. To get the password, you need to analyze the below image, and they give you another image, I guess, in this challenge. So they give you a bunch of little images. So you're like, okay, in order to put this first file into a waveform using Audacity or whatever, you're gonna decipher when you're doing this challenge. You know it's steganography. You're gonna take that file and see what kind of file it is and do research on it. So this first file, whatever it is, I don't know if it's a JPEG or if obviously it's a WAV file, right? It's a WAV file is what he said. So you're gonna do research on that, and then it should point you to this. It should tell you what a WAV file is, and let's kind of do that actually. Let's do that. So let's go to this is how I would solve this, right? Open WAV file. Let's go to my man, what's going on here? What is a WAV file? Okay, this is where I would start, right? A WAV file, waveform audio file format. So we know that it's an audio format file, right? They give you one of these WAV files. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that one with the character on it. I mean, but it might be. I don't know. Is a standard audio format used to storing high quality sound, right? Uncompressed WAV files typically store raw audio data without compression. So let's say now that I know what it is, I want to say what free tools can I use to decompress the file. Now hold on. Now here's the thing. Here's the key to this type of stuff. Ah man, what the heck is going on here? I opened up the wrong stupid thing. Okay, so let's go to here, and what does it say it wants us to do? It says it wants us to decoder. We want to decode it. Okay, so now I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna say what, and it might be that too. Free tools can I use to decode a WAV file, right? Okay. Here are some free tools you can use to decode a WAV file. Master Audio, free online tools that provide detailed analysis of. Now, if I click on this, right here goes another free one, right? Free online file analyzer. Now, if I have my file, it's free, sign up for free, whatever you got to do. You pick the tool you want and you upload your file to it, and you're going to get this. You're going to get this. When you decode it, you're going to get some kind of waveform. Okay? That's your first step. See how I did that? It took 5 seconds for me to do that. I love AI. I love Copilot. Copilot is the one, man. Instead of going on Google and all that stuff, it's fine. Google works too, but Copilot gives you more encyclopedia knowledge, I would say, and more direct. Like I can directly ask that what I just did and follow the instructions to the T on here. Wants me to decode it, and I put decode, and it gave me some free tools. Okay, so that would be the first step to your WAV file, whatever files they provide you in this challenge. Do that and stay there. Now it's saying, boom, it's going to pop up and say, hey, type in your password. So you won't be able to do it, right? Now we go to the next one. That's going to give you this one. Upload the above image named Asian BOH. It's a JPEG file. Okay, so obviously it's a picture, to the steganographic decoder and press submit. So this is the what we're going to be trying to decode in the picture. Okay, they're giving us a WAV file to get some information. I don't know yet. We're about to find out. We got to crack that too. Upload the above name blah 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 to the steganographic decoder and press submit. Now we're going to decode this one. Okay, and you will get the below string. URL young near blah 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 blah. That's a string, right? Decode the above string using ROT13. Answer: hey, what are you doing here? There's no flag here. Use little man computer LMC to get the flag. ROT13. Now we're gonna go here. Look, watch, and we're going to say, what is ROT13? Yeah, I don't know what that is. ROT13 is a simple letter substitute cipher that shifts each letter in the alphabet 13 spaces. Now, how do we know? Now, here's the problem. You think, oh, these steps are easy. They're not. How do you know you got to use ROT13? You don't. Okay, you don't know how they encrypted, or how they encrypted this, or use it. You don't know how they did it. So. But here, this tells you, it's a special case of Caesar cipher. If you don't know what Caesar cipher is, look it up. Where encoding and decoding are the same operation. ROT13 twice returns the original text. Okay, so you don't know, but now we know that it's encryption, right? But we don't know when you're doing the challenge. Okay, you're going to just you're gonna have this, and then you're gonna get this. You're gonna get this this string, and that says you will get the string below. It's not telling you what kind of string. It's just telling you a string of letters, right? But if after you do this a while, like you will know what kind of string that is, or what kind of encryption it is, right? By looking at it, you can tell. And there's different telltales. This one. You can't tell because it's just strings, right? So how do you know? So you're gonna take that string, and you're gonna and now here, watch this. So now watch this. This is where the gold is. Okay, I can say if this is how you do research, if I have a string encrypted, how do I know what kind of encryption it is? Okay, that's what you're gonna type, right? Identifying the encryption type of strings can be tricky, but there are some ways. Look for common patterns. Okay, now this is what I was talking about. Base 64 ends with the equals. There you go. So now you know it's not base 64 because it's not ending with equals. Now this is where the gold comes in, because you don't see any equals on here, so you know it's not base 64. So you don't have to look up how do I decrypt base 64, what tools. Hexadecimal contains only numbers and letters A through F. Well, and that's just digital 101, right? Like 2 years, that's your second year in your degree if you took one. But if you don't know, you know, you can look it up. And so there's A, B, C, D, there's F's and R's and V's and all that stuff. So this is probably not hexadecimal. Okay, because it's only supposed to, what did it say? Let me look. A through F. Okay, so ROP 13, simple letter substitution that shifts characters by 13 spaces. Could be this one. We know it is already. MD5 hashes full length, fixed length output. And we know it's well, we don't know it's not but it could be a hash too, right? But look, use online tools, websites like Cipher Identifier. This is what we're looking for, something like this, and you can pop in. Now, if I open this up, check this out. So if I take, oh, I can't do it with this one. I can't do it with this one. But if I take this code, well, okay, watch this. Let me show you how to do this one. This is called problem solving. I'll take this bad boy. We'll go to my picture because I can't copy it from the book, right? But watch. So if I go here and I go to my pictures and I open up this screenshot, copy, and then I close this and I go to my ChatGPT and I say, give me this in a string to copy. Pop that bad boy in there. Boom. This is my ChatGPT. Alright, boom. So now they copied it for me. So now I copy. Boom. Now I'm gonna go to what I was doing before. Where was that at? Okay. Cipher Identifier. And then I just paste this bad boy in here. There it is. Analyze text. Caesar cipher. And then it gave me all the ones. Okay. Didn't that say it was a Caesar cipher? Stuck with a cipher? Your cipher text is likely this type of Caesar cipher. I'm going to click on here and it's going to tell you about Caesar cipher. Caesar cipher is known as a shift cipher. One of the oldest and most famous ciphers in history. Yeah, that's what it just said. See, you need to do some research on that. That's great. Caesar cipher tool. Let's click on that and see what the Caesar cipher tool. Oh, no, there it is. Anyways, do you see any ROP 13? Base 64. Okay, so it doesn't specifically say ROP 13, but that's just one tool. Alphabet code. Okay, you can also use now when I want to do, okay, what tools can I use to identify Caesar ciphers? All right, let's click on this one, raw Caesar. This one might narrow it down a little. Input: genius without education is like silver in a mine. Oh man, that's great. So let's paste this and let's decrypt. Hey, what are you? Oh, look, it decrypted it. Hey, what are you doing here? There's no flag here. Use Lotto Man computers to get the flag. Now, this tool just decrypted that thing that we found, that string that we found. I checked it out. It decrypted it. So obviously it knows what Caesar it is. Now look, use key 13. Now if you do some more research on that, you'll see that that's a ROT 13, right? That's what they said. It was ROT 13. And I haven't practiced this today. This is, all my videos are raw figuring stuff out. Okay, so I just run through stuff and figure it out. I have not practiced this video or not. You can tell, my stuff is barely edited. I don't edit really any. And I haven't looked at this book yet. So decode by using ROT 13. See, it gave you the 13 spaces it's moving over. It's ROT 13. And that matches up. Answer, what have you been doing here? There's no flag, blah, blah, right? Okay, so I showed you how to figure all that out. So I would have been on this step, whatever, and I would have been like, okay, so this is obviously Caesar cipher 13. It's shifting them over 13. It goes through here and tells you how this works. It gives you examples, Caesar cipher, and all that stuff. So we're on the right path, right? So I technically don't have to go anywhere else. I have decoded that string. Right? I may not know specifically that it's a ROT 13, but here it goes, right here. It tells you right here. Caesar cipher decoder, Caesar encrypt, decrypt using Caesar. Okay, when you are selecting a key such as 13, the tool performs encryption similar to ROT 13. So this right here answered my question. Boom, here's my thing. Okay, so I hit a dead end in this first test. So now I'm gonna come and let's keep reading. Go to x_x.text to get the password LMC code. Now I don't know where you run this code, you get a decimal number as shown. I don't know where this. Okay, so this is a .text file that they gave me. So they obviously gave them a WAV file, a picture with steganography in it, with information hidden in it, but the information hidden in it was just saying, hey, you're wasting your time or something, I don't know. Then they gave him a .text file to get the password LMC code, and the .text file has this in it. Now when you're looking at this and how to solve this is, you need to figure out what this is you're looking at. I know what it is just by looking at it, if I can remember. But anyways, you give you a bunch of code, LMC code. You run this code, you will get the decimal number as shown. Now, I can't remember what this is, but we could take this and pop this in. My favorite is Chef. Okay, I use let me see what it is. Cook Chef or something like that. I can't remember. And it tells you what kind of code this is. Now, this could be hexadecimal, this could be binary, this could be anything. So you need to find the tool that decodes this, or it could tell you what this is to decode it. Okay, so let me see this. Okay. So apparently you run this, and how do we figure that out? I would start with the same questions I asked these other ones. What kind of code is this? And take a picture of it, pop it in ChatGPT or whatever, and say, hey, what do you think this is? What kind of code is this? Or is this hexadecimal? Is this binary? Is this a binary code? Is this a asymmetric? Is this what kind of file or whatever? But it's obviously a .text file. Decimal numbers is followed, so it's giving me decimal numbers coming out here. Next, you would need to convert a decimal number to ASCII using any decimal to ASCII converter. You don't know what that is? ASCII. I can't never remember what it stands for, but it is. Let's look it up right here. It's the American something something. Where the hell did that thing go? And okay, American Standard Code for Information Interchange is a character encoding standard used to represent text, computers, electronic devices. It assigns unique numerical values, blah blah blah, and you got 7-bit encoders, you got control characters, and it's just basically you're going to be decoding, right? And you're going to put it in this ASCII. And there's a lot of decoders that you can pick different. Now, what one did I use for this? I don't feel like doing it. Let me see. Where the hell is this at? Decoding tool called Chef. Yeah, Cyber Chef. Okay, let's go to Cyber Chef. Okay, we're gonna go to Cyber Chef. Okay, Cyber Chef. If I want to take, I don't want that one. That wasn't helpful. If I want to take this, and I'll just print screen it. This is what the text gave me. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out different ways to do things, but there's, like I said, my favorite word is there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, and there might even be more. Well, I don't know why somebody would want to skin a cat, but if you ever did, there's 1,000 ways. Paint that. God bless ChatGPT. Give me a copy version of this crap. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna go to Cyber Chef. Now you put this input. You can put this input in there. It's gonna give me an output, right? But let's go to now. Let's say if we're gonna bake. Oh, I didn't put anything. So let's say I think it's a I wanna put this to, well, let's just cheat and see what it said. Run this code and you get a decimal number. So let's, and then the ACI whatever crap. So 2 decimal BCD coded decimal binary 2 BCD. Let's drag that over there. Nothing. It's red. Valid sign, packed. To BCD. Now you probably want to go from BCD. No. Let's go to from base 62. Nothing. So what this does is it allows you to pick from here. From 2 decimal. Okay, and you pipe in what you want, and then you can bring in these, and it'll do whatever you say it. So, what did I get? Let's move this. Delete it. From decimal. This is not bit by 2 decimal. We're gonna turn this to decimal. Is that what I got? How did I get? 58. So 9911 ASCII. Let me search ASCII. So you gotta mess with this. I haven't messed with this in so long, but it's somewhere in here. Unknown. Encryption and decoding. So we want to decode ASD decrypt. Base 64. Nope. Yes, decrypt. Anyways, so you would mess with this and put in something, and then it would give you basically the output. Ooh, Route 13. Look at that. Okay. I don't really want to look through all this stuff, but you can mess with it. I've gone through this for a while before, and it's fun. You could decrypt a lot of stuff, and it gives you basically a ton of stuff to go through and have fun with. Now, that's Cyber Chef, right? So that's how you would figure that out. You'd get that text and you'd put it in there and try to figure out which one. And there's even a magic identifier that tells you what it is in there. I don't want to look for it, but that's the tool you could use to figure that out. Let me go to my book. Anyway, so yeah, you would open that text, you would upload it, you'd run it through a barrage or whatever to figure out what it is. It says that you run this code and you get a decimal number of this LMC code. Use little man computer to get the flag. I don't know what this is, so apparently you're gonna run this in the little man computer. Okay, maybe that's a little computer they have. Who knows? After you're converting, you'll be able to decode the password, and the password is secpet. So you're gonna get that password. Let's see what else happens. Go to step 5 and insert the password that you got from step 12, and then you capture the flag. The flag ICTF 24 Defender of Bytes. You rock. So there's your flag, and then you won that first challenge. This step 5 is here. Choose the audio upload. So you're going to, it's saying the password, you got all those, you got the password, you go back to here, enter the password, boom, you got the flag. So the flag was not in here, but they hid the information of the password in there, right? And that's basically what steganography is. You're hiding information in a picture. Okay, that's it. Now, what did that teach you? What did that teach you? To me, it takes your brain and it stretches it, and you're able to figure out. That's my favorite word, figure out. You're able to figure out how to figure this out. Now, and how you figure out this, I help you to teach you how to figure things out, So, that's a mouthful, but it's true. So, you're going to take information things give you, you're going to take information of files, and you're going to take stuff and you're going to do research on it. Now I'm going to explain something to you really quick. Imagine if you didn't have online tools like Copilot or anything. How would you do all this? You would have to be extremely educated. You would have to know things by reading books like I do, or experimenting and doing things. You would have to have what we used to have was physical book encyclopedias, right? Because you're gonna come across steganography. We would have to go to our physical book when I was growing up and look up that definition and go, okay, that's what that is, right? That's where I would start, right? And then I would have went like, okay, this is ridiculous. How do I find out what tools that I use? And back in my day, there was no damn tools available free online. Okay, you had to go to research facilities that had tools probably created for this stuff. I mean, the way the world works now, we are able to have these tournaments because there's so much available information and free tools and all this stuff online now that it's not even funny. Okay, it's all at your damn fingertips. You literally saw me do research and basically solve this thing by myself. I would have probably got a little bit stuck on this part right here, because I don't know what the hell they're talking about with their LMC little man computer. I can't really do this because I don't have the little man computer, but I don't even know what they're talking about. They could be just referring to a computer, because I could have decoded this, right? And you know, I could have decoded this using CyberChef. Probably would have took me a little bit, but I would have figured out what this was, ran through a barrage of different things until something came out that made sense, and then try to convert it to ASCII. I think that when you run this through CyberChef, you can convert to ASCII anyways. It does it anyways for you on some modes, right? So I would have seen this and go, oh man, is that a password? And it probably literally says password this. So I don't want to do that, but I would have did that, got the password, and I would have ran my ass back over here. Now this is, like I said, this is all because the information available. Okay, now let's move on. So if I go to the second challenge, right, it's another steganography, it's a Pikachu challenge. I'm gonna skip that because we just did a steganography one. All right, challenge 2, okay, undelete. The objective of undelete challenge is to recover the flag from a forensic image. This is awesome. This is a digital forensics one, right? Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Before we go on, let's go to this first one. Okay, you're probably wondering, okay, this book is cool. It's showing you how to solve things, yes, but it's also showing you how to create your own. Okay, think about it. How do I create my own little challenge if I was running a school, or if I wanted to create my own challenges, capture the flags? I could basically copy this format, right? And just, where do I start? I start from step 5 and work my way backwards. What's that called? It's called reverse engineering. So insert a password that you got from step 12. So what they did was they took a text file and they encoded this password. So you take this password and you type it in and you look up what are base 64, I would say this is. I don't know. What are like, if you want to make it easier, I don't know. I think this is base 64. I don't know, and then it's whatever. But how do I take a base 64 password and encode it? Now here we go. Let's look. Let's check that out. So let's make our lives easy. How do I take, okay, a base 64 text file and encode it, encode it. Let's just try there. I'm thinking it right. You can encode a text base 64. Okay, so now we go to upload your text file, convert it to base. So we can go to B64 encode. This is in Linux. We can use a Python script, and look, it literally gives it to you. Copilot 2. This is pretty cool. I would probably use this, right? Input, text, output. So we can even try this, right? And I can, that's another video, I would say. Create it. But maybe if you don't want a base 64, maybe you want it, what is that? ACII? What did it say it was? It was, okay, see code. Now you can run this code and get decimal numbers. So how do I take string? This is how I would do this. So if I go here, a string text in ASCII and encode it to, what was it? What was that? So I'm just working backwards. So here's my string text, ASCII to decimals. I'm gonna go back to my crap. Okay, let's see what it says. You can convert an ASCII string to decimal by mapping each character to its counterpart. So here's online tools, calculator. Hello. And here's a Python script that does it. Okay, that's it. Work backwards. Decimals. On this probably not accurate, but I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? So you work backwards. And I work backwards, and I've created the .text file. Then I'm just it's called reverse engineering. So now this one would be, how do I take a ROT13 string and encode it. That's it. Same thing. You're working backwards. That's it. How do I take this and do that? How do I do that and take this? And then boom, you end up at the start. It's easy. That's how you would create the capture flag. Now you're going to, so what I would do is, if I was creating this stuff, is I would go through this whole book, practice it, get it working. Oh, that works. That's cool. And then I just be original and create my own stuff, right? Because you don't want to plagiarize somebody else's tournament. I mean, completely, right? But here's the reality. What they're doing is everybody does it. Everybody does it. So you're not plagiarizing nothing. But even if you go like step by step, unless you're taking their, their pictures, even if you take their pictures, it's not plagiarizing, I don't think, because everybody does this. This is capture the flag. Everybody is doing it like this, and it's all done kind of the same way. So I would just read through this whole book, see how they're doing different things, and then reverse engineer my own, right? And that's what's fun about it. So we can keep going, and now we look at challenge 1, redacted. So, challenge 2, undelete. Challenge 4, help me in an assignment. 500 points. Retrieve the flag hidden in the user disk image file by investigating various directories and applications. This is another digital forensics one. The solve the help me assignment. Okay, another one. Finding the flag, and this one uses more command line stuff, and it's telling you what tools to use. I mean, this is great. This is a lot of great practice. What I showed you in this video, I think, is gold. It shows you how to solve these. It shows you how to do research on these. It shows you how to figure these out, what tools to use, and all that stuff. And they just get harder and harder, though. That was entry level and basic. They do get harder. Like, you need to know what a DB file is. But you can look it all up and deduce for yourself on how to solve these things, right? And figure it all out, man. This stretches your brain. The only thing is, even Python. So it's like, okay, where I had this here, and this gives me a Python code. There's the code to be tweaking and trying to get it to work. The problem is, if you don't know how to run this Python, if you don't know how to run it, if you don't know what environmental tool you need to run it, meaning like a hypervisor, crap, what's it called? I haven't used it in so long. They're just a environmental tool. It's kind of like Visual Studio. Anyways, man, I haven't been a software engineer in a while. So anyways, so you're going to use those to run the program, right? Or you can run it on Kali, you can run it on anywhere where you have Python 3, you can run it in there. But you need to know how to do it, right? And that's where theoretically, if somebody was smart enough, they can actually just go step by step and take their time and then learn a tremendous amount. So then you would do all the research, and you'd be like, okay, it wants me to run this Python. I don't know how the hell to run Python. I don't even know what Python is. Then you would have to go down that rabbit hole. There's the rabbit holes you have to go down. You probably have to go learn Python, right? So, I mean, this is the thing. People say, oh, there's such thing as script kiddies and all that, and there is. But a script kiddie would probably be somebody that doesn't even know how to run a damn script too. I'm sorry. That doesn't know what Python is, but knows how to run the script, right? And get it to work and do what it's doing. Well, then who gives a care? In reality, that person is still dangerous. Script kiddies are still dangerous, and we all know that. But I don't see how that's derogatory in any way. Here's this. I can copy this, and if I did my research on how to run Python, That's just one little thing. I'm not trying to be a Python expert. I'm not trying to be a programmer or a script or anything. That's not who I am. I want to solve these. I want to solve these CTFs. I'm a CTF master, maybe, right? So then this is one little piece of the puzzle that you don't even have to go down that rabbit hole if you don't want to. Just copy the damn text here, get it to have enough brains to get it to work and run, do that research, and you're like, that took me a week to learn, but I got it running. Hey, this is awesome. And then you move on to your next step. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. But anyways, so it's fun, and you will get caught up on stuff, but you know, it depends on how much you want to go, how much you want to learn, how much time you have, right? So ultimately, this CTF challenges, I think they're great. They are great. They're so great for people to practice and learn how to do them. But here's the bottom line, though. They're not for basics. People that don't know that don't understand how to run like I said, a script in Python, or don't know how to do Python. But like I said, if you want to skip all that stuff, then yeah, it's for you. But CTF challenges to me are for more people that have been around the engineering field, that do understand what all this stuff is with very little research, and then they kind of grasp what they're doing, and then they can look at it and go, okay, I know what's going on here. You do understand digital forensics. You have taken encryption classes, or you've studied it, or whatever, and you're doing all this stuff, and you're putting. It's just it's a conglomeration of all your knowledge at work. That's what's so great about CTFs. Now, can people that are barely getting into cyber or problem solving or anything like that, because it's not just cyber, this is all, capture the flags is a little bit of everything depending on what you're doing. Like, there's even cross-site scripting ones that actually, you know, there's just software where you're hacking the back code on the website and getting information, right? And I've done that before, and all that stuff was cool. So capture the flags are awesome, and they give you more information. You actually learn practical stuff that you could use somewhere else. But the thing is that I think it's not for beginning students. You can and get through these and be the CTF master, and that's fine if that's what you want to be. And if it's working and you're winning these tournaments, or you're helping contribute to these tournaments, and you're learning, great. I think that's great. You know, and people get caught up on like, oh, script kiddie, or oh, you're doing that, but you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what it is. Who cares? If you don't care, you're trying to compete in these tournaments and win, and you're trying to learn as much as possible. That's great. Do you need to start from the beginning and work your way up? I would say that would be the best way to do it, right? That's the way I did it. That's the way I'm doing it. But a lot of people, like I've said this a million times, a lot of people don't care about all that. They don't have the time, or they don't want to invest in the time. They're just only interested in these things. And then the rest of the stuff they're like, I really don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Like, I don't want to learn Python. Why would I want to learn Python and spend 6 months learning Python, being proficient at it, running the 10, 20, 30, 40 project scripts and all that stuff, just to solve this damn challenge, CTF challenge? You get what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Now, is that the proper way to do it? Probably. You know, why would I go and learn about cryptography for months and months and study from these books and got to get it down, decode, encode, decrypt, encrypt, all this asymmetric, whatever, you know, symmetric, all these different things, learn all this for 6 months or a year, when all I have to do is do some little bit of research. Why would I do all this just to solve the CTF challenge, right? So there's got to be some kind of motivation, right? And I'm not a judge. I don't care. You're probably watching my channel because I go all over the place. I'm teaching and showing you guys different areas of all kinds of stuff, and I'm showing you guys, if you guys actually watch my videos and you understand what my channel is about, I'm showing you guys how to figure these things out when you are interested in them. Okay, now there is a structure and there's a way when you get into different, like you want to start pen testing, or you want to start, getting serious about stuff, get a job and all, and then you have to dedicate time to certain areas proficiently. Okay, but these challenges right here, I don't think so. I think that they're more do your research, figure it out, and then whatever strikes your interest in them, like, whoa, how does Python work, and how does, then go learn it. Get a book on Python and then run through them and teach yourself, right? Take a class in school or something like that. So yeah, I think this is a good way to stretch your brain, to get you guys understanding on the ins and outs and ins of data. I mean, I would say this is all just data. It's data obfuscation. What we're doing is we're planting flags inside of data, outside of data, in pictures, encryptions, decryptions, and you're finding these flags right here, and that's it. And when you start getting good at it, you start knowing what the hell you're talking about and what you're doing, right? So I've done some of these, like I said, and not in this book, but before, and I had a blast. I mean, it's fun doing these. Now, could I do them fast and faster than everybody else? There's the tournament part. So it's not like everybody goes, it's not like just because you know how to do all this stuff, you're ready to enter in a tournament. Right? Because you're not. You got to do this stuff and be proficient at it, because everybody that's entering that tournament most likely is as well, and they're trying to get it done fast. That's the tournament part. It's not just doing it, they're doing it faster than you, and they're winning. You get what I'm saying? So just because I could do this doesn't mean I want to go into a tournament, CTF tournament, because I'm not gonna win. Even though I did that first one fast, there's like 10 challenges, and they get exponentially harder and harder and harder. And can you imagine not knowing what things are and trying to figure them out? Well, that being said, it's like, like what kind of encoding did they use to encrypt this data? Like, you're trying to figure that out when they went through like 3 layers, and that's where I say encryption, you have to do some research and understand how it works. There's salting, and if you don't know what salting is, then you have to take a class in encryption, or you have to look it up. I mean, there's so much stuff to this that you're gonna get eventually, if you don't know these things, or you don't practice them constantly, do tons of research, tons of hours in all these CTFs, you're gonna get stuck. You're not gonna be able to get out of it. Off of a challenge, you're gonna be stuck. So that's another thing. These guys know, right? They know what's going on, and it's just practice. That's what makes CTF so amazing. If you look at like Mr. Robot, the Mr. Robot series on AMC, it's kind of old now, but it's a cybersecurity hacking TV series. He wins a CTF tournament, underground tournament. Goes in there and wins it by just like hacking the tournament itself, I guess, right? So I mean, it's cool. All right, so here's the authors. Noor Azlina ADB Rahman is a senior lecturer at the Asia Pacific APU. She's a researcher, forensics, cybersecurity research center, and she's an instructor for Cisco Academy. Dang. Certified ethical hacker. She's got that certificate. Certified ethical hacker forensics. I mean, she's a bad girl. Okay, then you got Shay Shengzun, or I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I hope I did. As a single year cybersecurity student at APU. As a security enthusiast, he actively participates in all kinds of stuff. And it goes Jeremy Peng Ka Chun is a second-year student pursuing a bachelor's degree. So these guys right here are just smart students. No better or no worse than any of us. She's got quite a bit of certifications and experience and stuff behind it. That's why she's running it. Okay, and she's probably done 1,000 of them. She does research in it, so this is pretty great. That was it. That was this book, and that's upside down. I think this came out pretty good, and we can, like, if I had to follow this, I probably could follow it. Okay, now I was getting to this last thing right here. It says, or does it say right here? Look, resources. The challenges are available at http://drive.google.com, drive folders, whatever this is, right? Equals sharing. I have a sneaking suspicion that they want you to try to hack this or somehow use some maybe I don't know, maybe something or other with this equal sign, the sharing on the end, and trying to get in or whatever, because you put this in there and it literally does not let you, and it says like, oh, and this is not even that old, it's like a year old, so I'm sure this wouldn't be offline. They want you to figure out how to get into this to get the challenges, which is cool, but I don't have time, and I just don't want to. Right? But you probably got to decode this end right here, right? Because that makes no sense. So it's equal. What did we learn? Base 64. So you probably want to pop this. This is what I would do. I would take these numbers here, and you could pause it wherever and get yourself. But I would take these numbers right here and try to decrypt it for hell, let's try it anyways, might as well, since I'm here making a damn video. And it's kind of clever. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we're gonna give you the stuff, but you're gonna make you work for it since you should have went through the whole book. Alright, so, we'll take that HTTPS drive, and we'll just take this part right here. Right? Base 64 decoder. Decode, and nothing. It's gonna be this AS one. Anyways, I wish life was that easy. But it's you're gonna have to think about it a little bit, right? So let's go to. Oh, hold on. So HTTPS drives. We can go here. Copy this whole thing. Let's go try to run it, see what happens. So it says request URL was not found. That's all we know. Guess of course it wasn't found. That doesn't make sense for the folders. Why would the folder be this with sharing, right? But there's other things too. You can do some. So if I go sharing one, right? Equals. Alright, I'm gonna do sharing dot one. I don't know. There's stuff that you could do, right? To try to figure that out, but either that or that it just doesn't work, right? I don't know. You gotta be paranoid when you're getting stuff like it. The challenge resources that it's only a year old, this book, but then they give you this, which could just GoogleDrive.com. So it's a Google Drive folder, right? So then there's many things you could do. Look up, we gotta research this if you're stuck on it, which I don't care to, but I would go down a rabbit hole on this and be like, this is ridiculous. I can't get the challenges or the files and all that stuff. So I'm sure it's somewhere in this book they go through, and it's probably most likely some kind of cross-site scripting or challenge or file directory challenge or whatever the hell it's called on here. This is another one I use right here. The reverse, what the hell? Tool that I use. Anyways, so I don't know. That was a pretty cool little book review. I would use this to create my own capture the flags if I ever did that in life or whatever. And to learn a lot of things. I mean, you're learning a lot of things in this on command line. I mean, this would be a great book to have. Now, this isn't, like I said, it's only a physical book. I made a digital copy of it, and it came out pretty good. So I learned a lot. I hope you did. This was HackTheFile, and I'll see you next time. Have fun.